Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. And Henry is on his way to Sasau, guys. We got to find out who around town, maybe in the monastery, may be helping the counterfeiters mint their bad coins. I think we suspected the millers? Because there's two millers, actually technically three millers, very close together here in this town. That could be a clue. But the quest log is telling me we need to go ahead and find someone who works with copper here in Sasau. And also, we have the optional objective of talking to Sir Ulrich and seeing if he has any kind of additional information. Not sure if we necessarily want to give him the time of day, considering the fact that, well, he did lead us to that one little pond with the intention of killing us. We were able to talk our way out of it, though, fortunately. But, let's go ahead and have a chat. I think he's over here at the tavern. And we will see. He's kind of memorable. Where would he be hanging out? Maybe... Well, that's weird. There we go.
Hey, watch it! Loud!
Well, where would he be? Maybe he's upstairs in his room. I did not know that he had a room.
My pleasure.
He's not in my room, is he? Nope. Aha! How convenient. We could go ahead and kill him right here if we wanted to.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins and quicksilver for the the other part?
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Now, remember, we got information that this guy is working for someone who is against the interest of the king. And it's kind of interesting because, remember, we know in the intro to the game that the king was not exactly the most benevolent or attentive of monarchs. That's probably more accurate. And hence the reason that all the bad stuff has happened is because he was kind of crap at his job, at least compared to his father. So, who knows what direction that this is going to go. Maybe it's out of Henry's pay grade. And we'll head over here to the forge, which is where? Talk to the master fresco painter. Whoops. Sorry about that. I thought when he said that the painter was here, that it was somewhere in the village. It is technically, but back at the inn. Whoa there, Pebbles. Alright, fresco painter. Ah, fresco master. Excuse me.
My respects to you, sir.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles.
What the hell are
Leaves
you
it
doing?
all to his assistant, the pompous git.
Beg your pardon, ma'am?
My pleasure.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't.
What
They
are
do.
you doing?
To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
Sometimes Henry should be happy that he's a layman.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
Just as you ordered.
Okay. What do you have?
Why not? Show me what you have to offer.
Tavern Life 2. Treasure map. Well, we definitely got the money to spare. And he has 0 wealth. Well, here. We'll buy those from him. There you go. Good guy, Henry. There's been a lot of skullduggery going on at the monastery. Not to mention attempted murder. And potential summoning of old gods if the Necronomicon is to be believed. So let's go talk to the Overseer's assistant and see what info he has. I'm really curious if we have to sneak into the monastery again, because that was a arduous task the last time. Guard for pickpocketing. Okay, maybe the Overseer is up here. Is that what's on the agenda? Continuing the investigation in the Overseer's office. Oh. Bum 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 bum. Overseer. The Overseer's hand.
God be with you.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
That poor painter. Let's not bring the painter into this.
Nobody. I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Man, that's easy.
Can't you? In the Sasau monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me. I wonder what people would have to say about that.
It's not. I'm not. Oh, shit.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The Overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
Ah.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery, that they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
So they're well informed.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
Very well. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
I know we're trespassing. We are leaving. Alright, so let's look at the brief now. Go and speak with Master Fafar. He might be in Sasau by now. I'll report my findings to him and discuss what to do next. And we also should check the local forges as well. Alright, well, we're getting to the bottom of it. We've got a knight and a gentleman. I bet that pig is really annoying to some folks. Here, we'll just duck through here. Don't want to interrupt Piggy during nap time. Where's the closest forge? Well, oh, okay. Right here. We need to go ahead and upgrade our, not necessarily upgrade our gear, but repair our gear. Vitus. And Zach.
My respects to you.
Hello. Now, before we do this...
Take care now.
And nothing to repair, but you probably do have some wealth. And I have some stuff to sell. Burger's sword, merchant's sword. And in terms of armor, we had the blue gear. These fashionable pants. Decorated riding boots, decorated shirt. I remember some of these were actually fancy shirt. Let's get maybe the fancy shirt. Green nobleman's hose. Yeah, I forgot what is what here, but I don't think we need to dress up nice anymore. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and sell all the, except for the black scarf. Well, actually, that might help us with our visibility. Okay, we're going to keep that for burglary purposes. And decorated shirt. The ring, I guess we're going to keep that as kind of a little, a trophy. And we got plenty of treasure maps. I don't particularly care about that. We'll sell the charcoal. Silver ring. Alright, we get 990. Oh, you only have 400. Boo. Yeah, we'll exit the shop. Well, that was pointless.
Do you work any copper here, Master Blacksmith?
Why'd you ask?
I'd want to commission you to make something.
Then you best go elsewhere. I never use copper.
Aha. What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
Well, there's Mikesh. He's honest enough, and a fair-handed everyday things. And then there's Master Otter. He used to have talent, but now he's too old, and too proud to admit it.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
He's getting pretty defensive. But I think that's all there.
Good luck to you.
Okay. And what about you, Vitus?
Good health to you, sir.
Let's talk trade. Alright. Before we go find the one guy, let's go to all the blacksmiths and see if we can have someone give us the information that we're hunting. And we've got a weaponsmith and a grindstone over there. So that seems to be our two locations. Alright. South we go. Right through the stables and through the groves. Remember that there is not a road here because we're just going through someone's property.
Yeah.
Loop. Thank you, Pebbles. Isn't this the person who sings? Yeah, this is the blacksmith who says that little prayer before doing what needs done.
So, from the beginning.
Artisan.
The sun sets out.
Okay, Migesh.
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
Are you on the take?
Do you ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the monastery craftsman's yard has bought out all the copper.
Ooh.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the craftsman's yard and mostly works on the construction of the church. And then, apart from me, there's Master Armourer Otter of Ramstein.
Tell me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a master armourer in Prague one day.
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's how fathers are, isn't it?
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
What are Zach and Master Otter arguing about?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pots, and that his son will see him off.
Yowza.
Can you tell me something about Master Otter?
Well now, there's a master to look up to. He's worked for the lords of Kunstadt and for the richest townsfolk of Prague.
If you don't mind my asking, what brings him here?
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy some peace. That dispute with Zach must have put a few more wrinkles on his brow.
All right, I think we have enough info.
That will be all. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
We caught Zach in a lie. Maybe we'll be able to strong-arm some information from him. Hopefully we still can talk to him, unless we got the information already from the Overseer's apprentice. Or maybe we may have to get involved in this dispute between him and Master Oda. I hope not.
Yeah.
Zachary, you lied to me.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
That's not what I heard.
What?
I was told in town that you bought all the other blacksmiths' copper.
I'm being made a fool of yet again, it seems. Anything else? I still have work to do.
The tip, okay.
Farewell.
Your father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
You're adorable. If it's a fight you want, fine. It's going to hurt. Let's go ahead and do some intimidation.
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Was that a threat? Do you think I'm an idiot?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you. I don't have the time or the need to prove anything. So I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting until you tell me the truth.
Jesus Christ! Are you insane?
Maybe. So are you going to talk?
Just take it easy. You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
Unbeknownst to him, we don't have a knife. Ha-ha!
Who buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
Your father has some serious explaining to do.
Jesus, please don't hurt him.
We'll see about that.
I don't plan
Lord
to
watch over you.
tell you the God's honest.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
Again.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
Your son put it quite differently.
What's that? What are you blabbering on about?
Don't be angry with him. I didn't give him any choice.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here, and I wanted to keep it quiet.
Why?
Pays me good money, and the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. But show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
Nah, we're not gonna.
If you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here.
That wasn't a threat.
If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
Okay, what's the matter? Money's the last thing you're gonna need on the pyre. We could go ahead and do that. Yeah, you're the one negative. We're gonna strong arm it a little bit. We haven't really done this lately, but
Do you know what the penalty is for counterfeiting?
I never give it much thought.
Evidently, because the penalty for counterfeiting is burning at the stake. And I can personally guarantee that when you're standing on that pyre, you'll find a loss of earnings is the least of your concerns.
No, of course you're right. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm afraid of being left destitute.
So, out with it. What's been going on?
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this Rapota? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, on the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Gotcha.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all I know.
Well, that'll do me for now.
Young man, about that matter I need help with. I'll gladly pay you.
I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try and get his son put up for Master Oda. And you know what?
I'm not interested.
Is that dispute with Oda? I'll help you. Mm-hmm.
Good luck to you.
Is that like a side quest? Are you actually going to... Nope. Doesn't say so on the log. Using the power of threats, we were able to avoid yet another quest. So now we'll head back to the inn. I'm not particularly fond of him or his son, and I know we've used the services of Master Oda before. He seemed like he knew his craft. Let's not be, what's the word? We need to be honest with our business dealings, I guess. There you go. Now, let's look at the log. Where is he? Oh, easy there. Check the map then. Oh, he's down that way. Do some fast travel because I am a bit lazy. I mean, he's a blacksmith, and I just gave... Well, I didn't give him a bunch of money. I actually would have wiped him out. Or no, I would have given him a bunch of coin. Whatever. And Tobias.
Greetings. What business have you?
You are not wearing your hat.
You look different, Master.
so as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Good call.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
Well, actually, yeah. We hit both objectives.
I found out where they get the copper sheets from.
Really? So tell me.
It's the smith on the monastery craftsman's yard. He supplies the counterfeiters.
Do you know how he gets the goods to them?
No. All I know is that someone called Rapporteur collected the goods.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
We still have more.
Ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something.
We have more info, sir.
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Rapporteur, once again.
The same scoundrel.
That's all.
Good luck, then.
Alright, so we need to go... Oh, the game's saved. You go talk to the master in the monastery yard and check out what's going on behind the tree. Time for some more laziness. Oh, is this the guy who made... This is the guy who made Stephanie's crown. We need to send him a nice fruit basket, considering how that quest ended. Be like, hey, thank you. You helped out in ways I didn't even expect. Let's go ahead and have a chat, and then I think we'll be in good shape for today. We're getting to the truth of the matter. Oh, lockpick very hard. Well, I could open that door if I wanted to. With great power comes great responsibility, so they say. Okay, this staircase. Wakey, wakey.
Jesus Christ be praised.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
Ah. Okay, talk to Florian, the engraver's apprentice.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest, as though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Ooh.
Something like that.
We could go into
May I ask why?
His chest. Got a message for him?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you.
Well, that's good to know.
Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
Fury in the baths, you say?
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Right. Okay, one last question.
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used
Oh, we already know this.
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
Good deal.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
God be with you.
Man, it looks like we have different paths of going about some of this. One thing I do really appreciate about this game is there are multiple paths that you can do occasionally to get stuff done. But I think that we are good for today, guys. We will go ahead and see what we can do next time in getting this information and talking to Florian. Or maybe we could just break into his chest. I'm not sure. We will cross that road when we come to it. But if you guys liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.